Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So on March 4th, we got a big fight. We got Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. Two undefeated fighters at welterweight. This is going to be a unification bout. Danny Garcia got his WBC belt on the line. Keith Thurman got his fake WBA title on the line. So, we haven't heard much from either of these guys in, I don't know, maybe about a month or two. I think the last thing I remember hearing was Danny Garcia's father, his fucking mouthpiece, saying that he was talking shit about Terrence Crawford. He was talking shit about Keith Thurman. Basically saying that Danny Garcia gonna beat the fuck out of Keith Thurman. But I don't see it that way. And Keith Thurman doesn't see it that way either. In fact, Keith Thurman says that he doesn't see how the fight can go 12 rounds. And I think that's kind of funny, considering Keith Thurman hasn't had an actual knockout since 2013 when he knocked out Diego Chavez. Now, we do count TKOs and motherfuckers who quit in their corner as knockouts, but I'm talking about a knockout where the motherfucker gets hit and he don't get back up. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Diego Chavez is who the fuck I'm talking about. And that was 3 years ago, man. So, saying that this fight doesn't go 12 rounds, I expect you mean that you're gonna knock Danny Garcia out, and I don't think you're gonna knock him out. To be honest, if I'm being honest about the fight and not bullshitting, I don't see a knockout coming in this fight for either fighter. We didn't get a knockout in the Keith Thurman Sean Porter fight. Okay, both of these guys are undefeated. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, both undefeated. If we're being honest, Danny Garcia's probably faced tougher competition than Keith Thurman, but again, Keith Thurman, I expect Keith Thurman to pick Danny Garcia apart, man. Danny Garcia is flat-footed as fuck, and he is slow as fuck. And he got the motherfucking noisemakers in his fucking gloves. When he be hitting motherfuckers, it be sounding like fucking jet slamming in the fucking ground, into the fucking ground and shit, but motherfuckers still be standing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see Danny Garcia knocking out Keith. I don't see Keith knocking out Danny, but I do see him battering the fuck out of Danny Garcia. You know how Danny Garcia face be looking when he be getting his ass whooped? All them fights in the past he had where he really should have lost the fight, but, they gave him the nod, they gave him the decision. His face looking like his fucking shit went through a meat grinder and shit. So, Keith Thurman, I'm gonna get into what Keith Thurman said. This is what he said with regard to Danny Garcia. He said, "You have two big punchers meeting on March 4th. I don't see how the fight can go 12 rounds. I see myself as the best competition that Danny has ever faced." And I'm really inclined to believe that, he's right about that statement. If he's not right about that statement, he's definitely right about Danny Garcia, or rather Keith Thurman being Danny Garcia's toughest competition at 147, because Danny been fighting nothing but bums at 147 since he got into the division. Yeah, he has some good fights when he was at 140 and shit, but that's some old shit, man. I'm talking about some new shit. Some shit in the past couple of years. Shit, his claim, Danny Garcia's claim to fame is beating the fuck out of, fuck is his name? That motherfucker at 140. I forgot that motherfucker's name. The dude from Argentina, man. Whatever. That motherfucker from Argentina. That's his claim to fame, man. Battering the fuck out his ass. So, like I said, I don't see Danny Garcia beating Keith Thurman, man. Keith Thurman I expect Keith Thurman to pick this motherfucker apart unless he get caught with some shit. And I feel like he's gonna be waiting for that left hook to come all night. But it should be a good fight. I think we're finally gonna see a pretty good fight at the welterweight division. And low key, Keith Thurman the only one taking these hard fights. What about the rest of you motherfuckers at 147? Whatever, it is what it is. Who y'all got winning this fight between Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman? I got Keith Thurman winning this motherfucking fight. I got 12-round unanimous decision. I don't see no knockouts coming. So let me know what y'all think of the fight, man. Drop a comment. Hitman Boxing, I'm out.